Okay, so throughout the course of the semester, we were using a database called capsim. Basically, in capsim, we went through a training process where we learned information about capsim, how capsim works. Okay, for my round one, I started off with one product by the name of Able. Just like everyone else, my Able's performance was set at a 8.6 and the size was a 12.6. My experience from dealing with competition rounds and practice rounds was to always look at the top product segment list to compare your product with other companies' products that you are competing with. My Able was fourth in the first round on my capsim, and the top product's performance was an 8.5 and the size was 11.6. I set my Able's price at about $34 with a promo budget and a sales budget of both 1,000. I didn't know if I really wanted to throw out a lot of money or if I want to just save some, but I wanted my customer um, awareness and customer accessibility to be fairly high, which it was in the first round. Well, okay, in the first round, my customer accessibility was 31% versus the highest, which was a 53%. In round two, I introduced a new product along with Able, and I called this product Roots. I kept my Able's performance at an 8.6 and the size at a 12.6, and I increased my MTBF and also increased the price from $34 to $38, which I know now I probably shouldn't have done. It wasn't until my fifth round where I realized I'm pricing too high on my products, and that way I'm not making a profit, and that's where I messed up on, and I started borrowing a lot of money. I issued a $2,519 bond in round two. My product Roots was my first low tech product, and I set the performance at a 5.3 and the size at a 14.5, and my MTBF at 16,000. In round two, my customer awareness and customer accessibility was very, very low. Now, in round three, this is where I thought I would benefit my company the most, also my products. I changed Able, which is my high tech performance, down to 8.0, and I left the size at 11.6, and I moved my MTBF to 21,000, and Able moved from fourth to fifth, or stayed the same on the top product segment list, and the age was about 2.1. And I was also glad to see that my customer awareness went all the way up from the 30s, 40s to about 81%. And at first it was under 50%. These changes were possible because I increased the promo and the sales budget. So in round three, I made a few minor adjustments to Roots, which is again my low tech. I kept the performance and the size and the MTBF all the same. I tried to save and earn some money or profit before I started using it everywhere. So I tried to increase it down or save it in my promo and my sales last round. On this round, my promo was about 1,000 and my sales was about 1,500. And I had a price for $33, which in the last round I didn't have a promo. I didn't have a promo. I didn't have the sales. I didn't have a price. I just had the size. I just had the performance, and I had the MTBF. The top price in round three for the low tech ranged between $26 and $33.40. Now, what I learned with that is that you have to look at your performance and your size. It's just not all about the price, because It goes in performance and size and age. I also added something new in this round, which is called the TQM. And I went on ahead and I put 750 on the CPI only. Everything else I left at 0. Now in round 4, I realized the last couple of rounds I made a couple mistakes and it put me in a bad position. I was in about 70% debt and I really didn't know what I was going to do to get more money, so I borrowed. I borrowed a lot of money, I took a lot of money out, and it put me in higher debt. Able remained still in the 5th position on the top product segment list, and my stock price went up 50 cents. I know. Besides round 1, round 5 was probably my next best round to me because I was trying to turn everything around. I was trying to get out of debt. I was trying to make a profit. I was trying to enhance my stakeholders' wealth. So, I was somewhere between 70 and 80% in debt. And after I completed this round, I went down to 60% in debt, which was pretty good. I made a couple budget cuts. I cut out promo and sales for Roots, and I dropped the recruitment spending, and I dropped the training hours. It's no use of spending money that I do not have. So I did that, and not enough money. I didn't want to borrow anymore, but I did take out a very small amount to keep the business going. And I also introduced a new product at this time. For Able in round 5, I decreased my price. My price was in the 40s. I dropped it all the way down to $34.50. I changed my performance to 9.6. I kept the size the same. I kept the MTBF the same. And I realized about the price. No one is going to buy such a high price product. So you have to be able to compete in the market. I also brought my sales budget up to $1,100, and that increased my customer accessibility, which is one thing I kept lacking because I was putting some money in and taking it out. I wasn't consistent, so that's why my customer accessibility and my customer awareness was always low, or one was real high and one was low. Another thing about this round, the unit sales forecast, I had about 1,500. The production was 527, and I was trying to earn money, so I was selling stuff back. So I put negative 300 to get some more money back. In round 6 is where I adjusted Able to a 10.6, and I kept the performance and the MTBF the same. The unit forecast was like 1,300, and the production order was 527. And Roots remained the same. I added about $500 to the sales and the promo because from the last round, from selling stuff back, I got money. So I was able to get money. My stock price fell last year by $0. Stock price is affected by performance, asset base, debt, dividend policy, and the number of shares outstanding. Now moving along to round 7. In round 7, Able's performance was set to a 10. The size was a 9.3. The MTBF was at 14,000. Under marketing price, I had it set for $41. Promo and sales were both at 2,000. Though all of my rounds were quite shaky, I learned that throughout each round, it's certain things that you have to do, certain guidelines you have to follow the whole time, as far as, like I was saying about the looking on the reports to see where you position your product on the perpetual map, as far as the top product segment list. You need to, if I had another opportunity to do capsim again, I would definitely take it because it would be another opportunity for me to run the company and take what I have learned to better enhance my shareholders' wealth.